we rise to say the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So before we get started, I just wanted to welcome you guys to our graduation, and we're going to start with special remarks. I'm going to invite Dr. Porter. He's our assistant superintendent to start.
Well, it is truly my honor to be here in the presence of these wonderful gentlemen here who have accomplished so much and be before you. So welcome to everybody for joining us, family, friends, Lori, Shelley, Dennis for being here, all of the folks who have helped make this possible, so very important. And you know, as we look at our graduates here, awesome. Mike, Gabe, Gorham, unbelievable. You have made an incredible journey. And I'm so proud and so excited on behalf of the Gorham School District. We are so happy to be able to celebrate this important moment with you. You know, everybody, we were talking earlier a little bit and just sort of going through this, and it's interesting. You work and work and work, and everybody has their own journey and their own place and way to create that journey. And it's so important that you have sustained and kept going in that journey to make this possible. And you should be so very proud of it. So, you know, we often think graduation is a culmination of all of your experiences going forward and putting your best self out there, even in the midst of really crazy odds sometimes, like, oh, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? But what's important is you did that, and you're there, and you're here now. And that's what's so important. It's funny, I often thought in your life journey, you're always looking up to someone else. You know, from the time you're a little kid, I always have been fascinated by this. Like, you look up and think, oh my goodness, they're so big, and someday I'm going to be there, and someday I'm going to be there. And then you get there, and then you find other people are looking up to you. And then you just say, okay, well, there's somebody else. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get there, and I'm going to do that. And then you keep going, and you make that. And then others are going to continue looking up. And it's sort of that journey that goes on and on and on. And you know what? People are going to be looking up to you as you've looked up to others to keep that going. So again, so proud of you. There are kind of like three things in my mind that I kept thinking about as I thought about talking. And one of them is all of the possibilities you are now creating for yourself and that you already saw. You know, and in a few moments, Lori's going to reflect on your own journeys, but you know what? You saw that possibility, what I can do to move forward, and how I can make myself the best self I can be. And you did it with sometimes tough odds. You had to figure that out. So that's the second thing. That's that resilience and perseverance. And goodness, we've all survived, the last 2.5 years of a pandemic. And so we've all had to readjust and move and think differently about how we make life and education and ourselves work. And you did it. And you did this through all that. And then lastly, there's this whole sense of balance. Like, how do you keep everything in perspective? We were talking earlier about job responsibilities, family responsibilities, education, how we get our coursework in, how we get all of this done. But it's so important in life to keep your balance, to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of others, and then move yourself forward and always be there for others. So those are sort of our big thinking. There's no doubt that you have passion and belief in yourselves because you did this. And I wanted to just let you know that you are absolute examples of our Gorham vision for core beliefs. And this is what we believe about Gorham students, and this is what you are for us and for yourselves and your family and friends and all those around us. All Gorham students are confident learners who embody integrity, responsibility, and respect. They demonstrate resilience by embracing and overcoming challenges in the classroom, in the community, and all around. All students are critical thinkers and clear communicators, and they successfully navigate our changing and challenging world. And I think you've done that. So a big congratulations to all of you for the big work that you've accomplished here. I would say keep your sights high, keep going, reach out to those, and thank you for all of your support, family, friends, everyone here to celebrate you, because this is your time and this is a celebration of you and all that you've done. So on behalf of the district of Gorham, we are incredibly proud of you and happy to be here. I'm privileged and honored to be here to celebrate that.
Next, we're going to hear from Lori Frederick. She's been our coordinator, advisor, instructor, girl of all trades, and usually my right-hand person, and sometimes pretends to be me, which is a feat also. So I'm going to keep this very short because all three of these guys know that I'm going to get really emotional and probably start to cry. And if so, I'm going to give Dennis and he's going to come up and save me. But every one of these guys are my favorites. And I shouldn't have favorites, but it happens. Each of you have a special place in my heart for sure, for various different reasons. And we have our own inside jokes amongst us. So I'm going to keep it really short, but I am beyond proud of everything that you all have accomplished. We often talk when we first meet that your road from beginning to end is very rarely a short and a straight line, right? Life would be really boring if everything was a short straight line. And your path has been very twisty-turny, but for the best, right? So we've grown in different ways, and the fact that you've persevered through all of those different obstacles is just astounding. And it takes my breath away, honestly. And I'm so proud of each one of you. Okay, Ennis. So last but not least, Ennis for sure is a new addition to Adult Ed this year. And he's gotten to know some of these guys as their math teacher. But he's more than just a math teacher. He is an inspiration. He is an awesome colleague and a mentor. So, Ennis for sure.
Alrighty. Well. But this is the consequences of your hard work. First, can I have a standing ovation for the ladies behind me and our somebody watches that on YouTube, they'll see like, wow, this guy said 2 words and everybody gave him a standing ovation. This is just one thing I have to say, this is a great class size. Because you know when you have like the big commencements and they hire some famous person to come, and they, they shower the graduates with compliments, and I doubt they even know one of the graduates, so is what they're even saying sincere. But this is a good class size because I got to know these people and I got to know of them actually for some of them I got to know of them through Lori and Shelley. So I am well aware of their hard work and can really attest to it. So one big thing I want to say is I am really inspired by how much each of you bet on themselves when a system had not necessarily failed them, but it kind of may have casted you on the wayside, and you have to pick yourself up, and you have to bet on yourself. And that's something that I find inspiring, because the world isn't always kind. Sometimes you do have to keep betting on yourself again and again and again. Some words of advice I'd say is, be thankful to those who have done right by you and taught you important lessons. Thankfulness and gratitude, especially for important lessons, improves retention. Gratitude, and this is something that I try to hold on very much, and it is, a faith principle, but gratitude improves retention. And it's always important to be thankful, or it's better to be thankful to people when they're here before they're gone. So that's one thing that I had to learn a little bit the hard way. So be grateful, be thankful to those who have done right by you. Always, it helps you continue to live by the lessons that they've taught you and the things that they've done right by. The other piece is never stop learning. This is only one leg of your learning journey. And as you probably know by now in life, learning happens a lot outside the classroom. Whether it's figuring out your passion, your calling, and your purpose. And there's a difference between these three. And I'm not going to cover that here. I'm going to leave that to you to figure out. And y'all as well. Me too. The next thing is, when it comes to learning, never compromise on your integrity and on your values, on your personal values. And always continue to bet on those, because they are a fundamental part of when you bet on yourself, you're betting on a principle. And behind every principle is a promise. So keep learning. And make sure that what you learn, or we should all, actually I should be just having a mirror right here and giving this advice to myself. But making sure what we learn transforms us for the better. Because if something doesn't change us inherently and makes us better people, then it's useless as a form of knowledge, and we're just basically regurgitating information. One thing we have to remember is the last century we experienced the greatest amount of technological advancement. But we also saw, even proportionally, when you look at, yes, the human population grew, but even proportionally we saw the greatest amount of carnage, which we had thought unimaginable before. So technology and book knowledge doesn't always translate into becoming better people. That is a personal choice that we have to make. Again, with the betting on our principles, and making sure that what we learn helps us to grow as individuals. So I end with this. I hope that you continue to become luminous beacons of inspiration to others and to yourselves. Again, I'm in awe of how you have made sacrifices, worked hard, and kept betting on yourself, kept bettering yourself, and kept betting on what you truly believed was right for you. Keep learning, keep growing, strive towards your passions, calling, and purpose. Thank you. Congratulations.
So, I get to follow those speeches. First, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
I've seen you guys when I've been in the office, and I know what it takes to get where you are today. And I commend you, and I'm not going to cry. I keep saying this.
Sure about that.
So, I also want to congratulate you folks, because you helped support these gentlemen get to tonight. It's not just a one-person type of position that you guys are in. You have family, you have friends. I'm not a big fan of the saying it takes a village, but in adult ed, we are a village. sometimes by ourselves, but we're a village. We are your cheerleaders, and as Lori is your definitely the biggest cheerleader you guys have seen. In my 26 years of adult education, I'm also your cheerleader. I've been in Lori's role, I've been in the instructor role, now I'm a director. And I can also say it's okay to take the road less traveled. Because a few people know I didn't take the straight and narrow. I was also the person who found her passion, not at 20, not at 25. It was getting into the 30s that I was starting to find my passion. And I fell into it by accident. I was supposed to be a pre-med. I was pre-med, supposed to be a pediatrician by now. Look at me now. It's okay to make changes. No matter how tough those changes are. And it never, you always learn from those changes. And as Anna said, continue learning. There's a saying about lifelong learning. You can learn from everything that's around you and everybody in your life. And it's okay to take a different pathway. Because if you think about raindrops, snowflakes, none of them are the same. They all have a purpose, just like you guys have a purpose. Whether you guys are going to continue in a career, go to college, go to a vocation, take some time off. But congratulate yourselves for a job well done. You earned this praise tonight. It's not easy getting your high school diploma. And it's not easy taking the high step. You guys are geared for great things. And I applaud you guys. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm not going to cry. You guys are special in my world. And we are your cheerleaders tonight.
You got a dance trouble.
We are your cheerleaders from this moment on. In my 26 years, I still have former students that still reach out for a chance to talk. We're always here for advice, for just somebody as a sounding board. Okay? All right. Ready for some diplomas?
Yes?
Yes? This is what you guys all are waiting for.
Cab's hurting my head.
Oh.
It's too big.
All right, I'm going to have you guys stand up. All right, Mike, we Gabriel.
Our valedictorian of our class this year. He scored all college-ready scores, and he actually had the highest essay of anyone that I taught all year long in both school districts. Very proud.
I know, I'm making you work now.
Doing up that as
All right, you guys are gonna turn your castles to the other. You got it on the calendar.
Wait.
What did I mess up? Yeah.
What do you mean?
That,
All
right,
right, and then you're gonna go.
on the other side?
Yes.